Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, this morning, is getting serious hunters. So, we have the system now, right? I want to go ahead and ask you guys, we're going to kind of do a recap from yesterday. So, tell me a little bit about what you guys got the last 2 days from the residential side. We did a little bit of commercial yesterday. So, give me a little bit of feedback from the last 2 days, what we talked about. And anybody jump in, go ahead.
Goya. Yeah. I was that guy that, I spent a lot of time in books, and it was like, if I could read one book and learn one thing, which was all theory, was never any Goya.
That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I like the host home idea and like doing something big, you know.
Yep.
And then
Creating that buzz.
yeah, I also liked the idea of giving customers something to ask the other companies when they're coming to get quotes. You know, really kind of put them on the spot and ask them questions that we know they're probably not going to have the answer to.
Love it. Yeah.
My main thing is doing packages instead of just one price, and then the business cards on the donuts at the gated community.
Yes. Good. It's just opening your mind to different opportunities, right? Because we hit obstacles all the time. That gate's closed. What do you got to do? You got to think outside the box to overcome those obstacles. So those are awesome things. So, Dan Plata was here yesterday talking about, hiring and stuff like that. I want to go into kind of how I did it because Dan Plata wasn't here, 5-6 years ago, right? So I had to kind of come up with my own way, and I had to make things happen without the system. His system is amazing, so if you guys are interested, I can give you his email. I know a couple guys want to sign up. System's awesome, it works, but you got to do your due diligence too. You got to have the Goya. I don't care what system's out there, you still got to have the Goya to get it done, right? So let's talk about getting serious hunters. So how to find them, how to hire them. So running the ad. So it starts with running the ad. So here's actually... I think this is Monster. So we advertise on Monster, Indeed, Craigslist, but this is actually a Monster ad. But the title, Serious Hunters Wanted. I don't say needed, I want to say wanted, right? So these guys are going to come, they know that they got to get out there and bring the work in. They're not a lead runner. So what he or she will be doing, you got to put that in the ad. Where is the job? Where is it located? Job qualifications, the pay rate, so 15%. If you do, a free, the company car, gas is paid for, that kind of stuff. Full-time or part-time, weekends, overtime, paid holidays, incentives, bonuses, paid vacation. For us, it was, if you're with me for 1 year, you get 3 days, and then every year after that, you get a day added on. And then ad company picture for website for more info so they can actually research you. I ask my technicians a lot, right? Did you research our company? Because they come and they apply, right? And they're like, well, no, I applied to like 3 or 4 other jobs. I'm just, putting it out there. I'm like, well, why didn't you research it, If somebody comes to me and they researched and my territory manager comes to me and they're like, this is like the next best thing, you know what I mean? That's somebody that you want to like bring in and kind of coach, right? Because they see the value in it. They believe in it. They got to believe in it to sell it, right? So that's what that ad. This is a Craigslist ad, so we got, compensation $650 to $1,000 a week, full-time, serious hunters, and I did put needed in here because we were like in a desperate need, but I don't like the word needed. You want like a wanted or something like that, right? So I like the territory manager, role, right? Because everybody wants to be a manager. They don't want to be, a sales rep, outside sales rep. You see these ads, running in Craigslist and stuff. You want a territory manager. They're working that territory. I'm going to give you a territory, but you got to bring back the fruit, right? So we know in that territory, you got to sell $5,000 or $7,500 a week in that territory, or got to find somebody else that will, It's just the numbers don't lie. So, no canvassing or door knocking ever, right? That's like 100 doors because nobody likes door knocking. For me, it wastes valuable time. Yes, there are companies that do knock on doors, and they do get a little bit of results, but with the flyering program, we can get so many more flyers out instead of hitting 100 doors in that day, we're hitting 1,500 houses with our flyers, so we're getting more impact. So it's a lot easier. And people don't like knocking on doors. They're like, no door knocking? They're like, I want to apply to this, right? So you kind of get them curious about it. 9 to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, flexibility on Saturdays. And I say, look, if you're selling 10K a week, I don't care if you're on the golf course for 3 days. You know, you could take the company car home. I don't care what you're doing, as long as you're selling $10,000 a week. You know, when I hired Sam Brooks, I said, look, I am not a babysitter. I'm going to give you the system. You follow the system, you're going to make money, right? So I told him that, and he'll tell you right from the start. That's what I told him, and it stunk in his head, because I'm not going to be, spoon-feeding everybody. I can't. I don't have the time for that. So I let him know, look, this is, you're a territory manager. You got to farm that land and get it done. It is possible. You can sell 15 grand in a week. You see Greg Friesen there. 2 weeks in a row, he's a little over $10,000 a week. He gets a $250 bonus. So it's working out really, really well with that.
Does he get that for 2 weeks in a row, Pat?
Yes.
So 2 weeks, 10,000, gets a $250 bonus?
No, $10,000 a week, he gets a $250 bonus. So he gets $500 bonus, so far. And we're, 2 weeks into it, right? So we have been the leaders in soft washing homes for 10 years. Do you have an outgoing personality? You kind of ask these questions, right? Would you like to make great money? Do you like to work in an energetic, fun environment with an awesome company culture, right? Yes.
But aren't they required to do a little bit of door knocking?
So, and they do, just around that house, right? So I don't consider that door knocking. I consider that a forced referral. That's how I kind of get around that. So I say no door knocking, right? But it's a forced referral where, hey, Mrs. Susie, can you introduce me to your neighbor that you have tea with every Wednesday? That's a forced referral. I don't consider that door knocking. Do you have a clear, engaging phone voice? These are things. They got to be articulate, right? They got to be clear. If you get somebody that, isn't clear, bad communicator, they are not going to be a good territory manager, because they're going to leave things, they're going to drop things, they're not going to show up on time. There's going to be miscommunication on the phone where the customer's like, oh, he said he would do this and this and this, and it's like, whoa, no. You got to come back. So make sure all that stuff. If you said yes to all 4 questions, I want to talk to you. Let them know. If you answered yes, shoot, that's me. He wants to talk to me. You know what I mean? You make it fun. So then you call them in. Training pay is 12% commission. Company car, paid gas. Company, training, I do like $400 to $450 a week for 3 weeks, and then they go on to the commission. And in the back of your books, I have that 3 weeks laid out for you. So it works out really, really well. And they like that because they don't want to be thrown to the wolves. So many sales guys, and I say sales guys, have been like roofing and, pest control. They get thrown to the wolves. They just like, here, do the quote, get it done. I don't want to do that. And people don't like that, right? So I tell them in the interview, look, we're not going to throw you to the wolves. We have a training. We have a system. All you got to do is follow the system, right? It's easy. And then it says, experience is preferred, but will train the right person. Paid training. Candidates must possess a mature work ethic, be dependable, have a positive attitude, and a clear, engaging phone voice. Attitude is everything. You saw how I was talking to these guys. I'm excited about the company. So if you're a territory manager for a company, you have to believe in the product. You got to do a ride along, watch this stuff work. It's like magic, and then you sell it to the customer. Get excited about it. I always say I sell my company. You know what I mean? That our staff, we do like 4 touches throughout the year. We're here for the long run. We're not just here to clean your house so you don't hear from us anymore. We do a quality control check. The guys are really big on customer service. That's where it really comes, brings it home. And then, we just say we're growing. A little bit of contact information, the website. That way they can research us and look up YouTube videos, whatnot. All right. Oh, sorry. So how to choose, though. Have you guys ever heard of the STAR approach? If you haven't, look it up. It's called STAR. It's situation or task, action you took, and then results you achieved. So these are the questions I ask in the interview. So it's like situation or task that you were in, and then how did you take that action to prevent that situation from happening? Or if it happened, how did you deal with that situation, right? So now you're asking those qualifying questions. Now, if you were in Concur, you have those questions because it's in the library, right? Which is really, really cool. So you actually have a bunch of different questions in Concur that you can get. But this is a great starter where you can just Google STAR approach. You can print this out. And then it just says results you achieved. What happened? How did the event end? What did you accomplish? What did you learn? Right? You're asking these questions because you got to get their feedback so you can know how they're thinking throughout the process. And this all goes with sales.